Writing a riff is a bit like talking to a woman. I'm still working on it. Today we'll be looking at 3 steps that I use to create metal riffs, and also later on I'll give you a sneaky little audio production tip as well to make sure your riffs slap. And I've got a new project here, drums, MIDI bass, and a couple of tracks to record the guitars on as well. So the first thing that I do when approaching riff writing, you need to let yourself have some time to experiment, play around on the guitar, play around in your DAW, play with some synths, some samples. You need to give yourself the freedom, the space to mess about, basically, stress-free, until you stumble upon something that you think, ooh, that's got a bit of a twang to it. It's got a bit of a secret sauce to it, that right there. And then you take that and establish it as the bass idea. Once you have your bass established, you can work at expanding that. So what we're going to do is establish the bass idea. I'll try noodling for a bit, see if we stumble onto a nice little idea. And if not, then I'll give up. So I'm feeling like a So in this example, the bass was this chord and the pattern of Now that's absolutely fine, and you could keep your riff like that, but I tend to take a bass idea and see if I can add more complexity to it, add in some guitariness to it. Because, you know, we're guitarists, this is what we do. So I'm thinking about connecting licks. So rather than going, I want to connect those chords using a lick. It's like, something like that. Those are not necessarily the notes that I'm going to pick, but I'm going to write one. That's cool. So we're going to put some drums into that to make the idea flush a little bit more. This isn't the final drum beat. This is just to help me get the guitar bit down. I like writing with multiple instruments at the same time, adjusting each one as we go. Let's play this. Okay. So that's kind of the first half of what I'm imagining it. So we're going to go down to the open note, probably. But it's going to be, because that's the octave. Those strings are the same note. Just the tuning that I have the guitar in. So we're going to go. I can hear it going from that chord and then end in here until it loops itself back round. It's just how we connect those two notes together. Okay, so it's we're 100% gonna go back to that. Now, I actually think that I've got that from Killswitch Engage. It's kind of similar. It's all part of being. It's all riffage. Fuck off. I am absolutely chatting some bollocks today. So we're just trying to figure out how to make this fit, and this is the battle of every guitarist ever. It's just like it takes so long to make it work, but then when it does, it works, baby. We're going back there. I think it's better with the open. I know what I want to play on guitar, so I can easily map that to the bass. Down. Down. This is literally my life writing guitar, man. Now. Now I just need to write this connecting little section at the end. I try to find the middle ground of making something relatively complex, but also leaving enough room for the other instruments to play their part. Right, this is turning into a slightly more complex idea now, so we just need to work this out. Why don't we try shifting everything down a bit there? Ha! Okay, so what we've done there is we've actually shifted the starting position of the riff back round. This is insane. So here we go down it, down it, and then when it loops back round the second time round, we go down it, down it, down it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to play this a few times on repeat to get this. That playing is absolutely shit. That playing needs to be a lot tighter. So we're gonna get the pick scrapes in rather than... I missed the note! So let's listen to how that's sounding. That's sounding pretty jammy, you know, now. That's sounding pretty fucking cool. Right. Let's put those together and let's see how that's... Oh no, if I just delete the whole bloody thing. Let's see how this is sounding. That sounded fucking class. I really like the direction that this is going in. So how can we develop this even further as a riff? Now that we have taken our bass, we've developed the riff, we've developed it so much. Now all that's left to do is fill in the gaps. So what I mean by that is we're going to add some complexity to the drum beat. We're also going to add some supporting instruments as well. So one of the things that I like to do to make a riff really stand out in the mix is to add supporting atmospheric instruments like strings or a synth playing the notes of a chord that particular riff is in. It really helps make the riff sit in the song. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, I'll show you what I mean. And we'll see if we can turn it into something magical and cool. We're going to add some ghost notes. We're going to add some accent crashes. Okay, the drums are a little bit more complex now. We've added some fills, ghost notes, and some pedal hat chicks. But now let's add some synths to fill this bad boy out. So that's our power chord there. So we're going to emphasize that chord using more notes in the string section. I normally just pop strings in entirely by ear because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing otherwise. But I trust my ear more than I trust anything else. So whatever sounds good to me will do. And I would love to learn more about it. But I'm a big believer in you learn by doing. So that's why I'm making these videos in the first place, so that we can all learn and we can all share what the bloody hell we're doing in this mad metal world that we live in. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm automating the strings in and out where the pick scraping guitar comes in, so it's more poppy. So we've added some atmospheric layers in. I've also automated them to dip in and out, which is just what I heard in my head. It was my idea. Added some extra chordal depth to the riff, which highlights the chord progression. And the final sneaky little tip that I'm going to show you is how to make your riffs hit hard at the start of the bar. You've probably heard of risers before. If you haven't, they're basically some sort of build-up sound effect that you can use pre a drop. So on the run-up towards a drop, when something's going to hit, when something's going to play the first bar, you would have a riser into that section. So there are plenty of risers out there. You can also create your own risers. A little trick to do that is I always use a reverse snare. So I will take a snare hit from your session and then re-import it back into the session, reverse it, and then position it so that the snare hit comes in. Obviously lower the volumes, alter the volume to be where it sits right in the mix. We'll have a reverse snare into there. You can also do crashes. So if you do a left and right crash, export that just on their own, and then again re-import it into the project, reverse it, and then match that up as well. Or you can find some risers online, loads of dance music risers and stuff like that, sound effects. Go fucking crazy with it. It's really cool to experiment, but incorporating risers for me is like an absolute no-brainer to make something smack. So there's my snare hit. I'm going to fade the snare hit in. It's going to come in one beat. We'll do the same with the riser. You're going to hear that. It's going to sound like this. That's what it's going to sound like. And you've just got to position that just into the drop. And this will make all your riffs sound so much better. Or at least it'll help them hit harder when they actually hit. And then finally, we've got this. If you want to learn a bit more about how you can program drums so that they sound like this, then check out this video. But otherwise, thanks for watching.